There we go, man. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is Dennis Smith, and this is the alternate timeline. This is pure escapism, man. And I have been waiting a long time for this one, man. I've been waiting a long time for this one. I got my boy with me, Julian, aka Jam, is in the building. Let him know, man. Let him know. What's up? What's up with you? How you doing?
What's up, man? I'm good, man. It's your man's Jam, aka you heard of me on the tags, all the socials. You know what
Go.
I
You
mean?
know what? Go ahead and do the plugs right now. Go ahead and let them know. Do the plug-ins,
Follow me,
man.
follow,
Right
follow me
now.
on the socials, the Twitter, the IG. That's
Yeah.
you heard of me, JU, and then heard of me spelled out like how it sounds, man. You already know.
Already
We,
know. I love it, man. I love it, man. I've been waiting a long time for this because this isn't just a special guest, man. You with us. You part of the brand, dude. You are part of the alternate timeline, man. So I can't wait to what we got going for us, man. We got a lot going for us. So you behind the scenes a little bit, man. So what do you do for us, man? What do you do here?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's all thanks to you, to be honest. Courtesy to you. You really started this, so I gotta first and foremost pay homage and all my respects to this brilliance of bringing all of these
Uh,
people and all of the ideas coming to life, and then just giving me the opportunity to really just express some of the stuff that I like in this culture, this nerd pop culture that we so much love. Um,
Absolutely.
for the most part, I try to do a little bit of the content creation, like writing some of my own articles, but then helping some of the socials out, like the gram, and then just coming up with ideas, as we talk
Absolutely.
all the time. So that's pretty much all I do, man. Is really you the brains of this operation. I just
Nah,
come
man.
up with ideas here and there.
Yeah, dude, you have a creative mind, man. That's kind of what I love about this. Giving you a little bit of the opportunity to put some creativity out there for us, and doing what you do, putting that out there in the atmosphere. So I love it, man, because you got the creative mindset, dude. So I love it. I love it. All right, so
Thank
man,
you.
let's talk about your fandom. Let's talk about how you got into all of this. You know what we stand for here. We love superheroes, comics, anime, gaming, all kind of stuff. Those are kind of like the four pillars. That's how I look at it. But so how did you get into all of this, and like just how did your fandom start, man? From
Man, if I had to say like a story for me, I can give you two.
mm,
First, as far as gaming, I would say that's really what got me into the whole like atmosphere or world that we are part of. My sister is 10 years older than me, and when she used to play video games, she would just throw me a controller like that wasn't plugged in. So it's like it's not plugged in, but I'm thinking I'm playing the game. I'm pretty sure there's
oh
so many
nah,
people out there that their siblings or parents or whatever was doing the same with them. So that got me into this gaming world, which then from the gaming world, all of the games that we play, the video games are coming from whether it's a comic book or a story or a movie. So then that kind of ventured out into other things. And then growing up, I always like certain cartoons, whether it was like Spider Man, on the Fox, that old Spider Man '90s
mm-hmm,
animated Fox joint, the X Men, Superman, Batman's. I mean, you got to go with the classics, the '90s animated series, and then from there. And then Pokemon, like that would be the anime side. Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh were really like the two
mm,
that I was okay. And as I got older, found out about Dragon Ball, and Naruto was my favorite all-time anime. So it was like I was like 12 years old at that time. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
that's really what got me into the fandom. But what really kept me was, I would say, is my pops. He had a stack of comic books,
mm,
and he ain't read no more. And he just was like, "Yo, I'm gonna leave these to you, and I'm gonna let you." And I used to read through those as a kid, and unfortunately, I don't go. There was some classic joints in there, like Green Lantern's Blackest Night and things like that. But unfortunately, I don't got those anymore. But just as a kid, being able to read those, that's really what got me into this world, man.
got you. That's awesome, man. That's awesome, and that's one thing I'm gonna touch on after I start or after I finish asking you these questions about the how you come from like a real comic book background. Like that's near and dear to your heart. So I love that, which I'll talk to you about that in a second. But um, just some basic questions here. What's you got a favorite superhero, man? across all Marvel, DC, don't even matter. Got a
I would
favorite
say
superhero?
Spider-Man. Kid from Queens, you know that I'm from Queens. It resonates with me. I gotta go with that boy Peter Parker.
Ooh.
Well, just not just Peter Parker, but Spider-Man, because
Spider Man,
we love Miles, we love
Miles.
Miles Morales,
We
we
do.
love Hobie, we love him, my bro. Like Spider-Man, gotta go
Yeah,
with him.
yeah, yeah. Do you have a so you've seen a lot of Spider Man stuff? You've probably seen everything Spider Man, right? Like the
Not
animated
everything,
stuff,
but
like
yeah,
most of the animated stuff, the video games that we played for Spider
yes
Man,
sir,
and then all the movies, basically, right?
yes
Do you
sir,
have
yes
a Do you
sir.
have a favorite? Do you have a favorite?
Favorite iteration of
Yeah,
Spider-Man?
yeah.
That's a good question,
Because
man.
the animated ones got some good ones too. Now,
That's a real good question, man. I don't know. That's a tough one. I
that's
would
a tough
probably
one.
say my favorite iteration might be that Peter Parker in the Spider-Man PS4
And the
game.
PS4, bro. A lot of people say that. A lot of people say that he was a
I'm not mad. Like I like that. I really do. I think that might be the one.
he's the homie for real. He really
Yeah.
is. I like that. I like that. All right, next question, man. Favorite superhero movie? Got a lot of them to choose from.
Ooh, that's tough. You got me
Honestly,
with
honestly, I'll let you give. I'll let you give a top three if you want to do that.
top three. Does it have to be like MCU or
Nope,
like
nope.
anything?
Whatever.
All right.
Whatever.
Definitely got to put my man Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2 in there.
Okay,
Let's
it's a
I
good
gotta
one.
sprinkle that in there. That's a classic for me, nostalgic. That's probably the one I could rewatch all the time. If anything, actually, I would say that's my favorite. If you want me to just call it favorite, if you want me to give
Okay.
you another two, I'm gonna go. With, uh, I'm gonna go with Captain America: Civil War,
Mm,
the introduction of my man Tom Holland Spider Man, and then rest in peace to the late and great but Chadwick Boseman Black Panther. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely, absolutely.
Um, and then if I had to choose a number three, man, I'm gonna have to say Infinity War. It was. I feel
Mm,
like everything that I could have wanted as an Avengers Marvel fan. Getting to see Thanos in his real menacing essence, like a villain. Like that's what I
yeah.
wanted from a villain, and that's what we got. I got to go with Infinity War to close it out.
I ain't mad at that list at all. I'm not mad at that. That's a good one right there. That's a good
Thanks.
one. Got you. So speaking of like your fandom and your journey, I kind of earlier when I first made this page, I gave my journey of like my anime, how anime started for me. So I'm gonna have you do like a short brief. What was your anime? How's your anime journey? Like how did that happen? And I know you do manga. You do a lot of manga and comic books, which I love. So just talk to me a little bit about some of your favorite animes and your anime journey, man.
So honestly, man, anime recently is a recent thing for me. About maybe we're
Facts.
in about 4 years now, five
Same.
years now. Um, I got into it in 2018 more severely. I had a friend in the job that I worked for. Her name was Joy. Her and her husband Dan were like super invested into anime, and she really just showed me like a bunch of different. Like she gave me a list of like you should go through these and watch these. And as a kid, like I grew up with, like I said earlier, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball Z. But I'm gonna be quite honest with you, like knowing that those three I just named are animes. When I was a kid, I didn't know that they were animes. Like even Dragon Ball,
Same.
I remember seeing some of the Dragon Ball Z movies, like the non-canon ones that a BoJack or whatever, like, and
Mm-hmm.
they had like the Japanese writing all over it, and I'm like, I didn't even put two and two together.
Right.
Like seeing all of that, and then like I said, growing up with Naruto being my favorite anime all time.
Mm.
I just really just stayed with those. And then in 2018, like I told you guys, I met my friend Joy and her husband Dan, and she really was like, "Yo, you love this? Let me show you some more of this world that you would love." And she gave me a few. She gave me like a couple, like maybe three or four good animes to watch. And it really it was like new gen stuff, like Black Clover,
Ooh.
My Hero, Fire Force.
Yeah.
And those new gen animes reminded me that I had some old animes that I wanted to go back and take a look at, like Yu Yu Hakusho and Roni Kenshin and Zatch Bell. Like I was like, and Zatch Bell didn't finish, so that's what really to
Mm-hmm.
bring the conversation full circle. That's what got me into manga. I got
Mm.
into manga maybe around 2018 as well because I really wanted to finish Zatch Bell, and I was like, yo, that's the anime I remembered. I was like, I really want to watch it. and it didn't finish. They never completed it. So I went back and I just read all of Zatch Bell. And then from
Okay.
there, it made me go and read Demon Slayer, and it made me all of Demon Slayer. I read all of Fire Force, and just
Hmm.
kept going from there, man. And that's where we at 45 years later.
That's lit, man. That's awesome, man. I know you. Yeah, we talk a little bit of anime just by ourselves, but do you have like a top three of an anime? Because I know Naruto's our first love. I know that's my first love. So I know you said Naruto's one. Do you have another two?
I could give you two lists, man.
Right,
For, for
like a classic list and a new gen
Yes,
list.
sir.
Yeah,
And then like
yeah,
the new, yes, sir, yes, sir. So
yeah.
Naruto is definitely in my like classic list.
Okay.
I want to say this for everybody that understands, because y'all anime and manga fans are gonna know what I mean by this. But
Mm.
I don't include Dragon Ball, the franchise, in my favorites, because to me that's like the OG. That's like that's like God right there. Like
Different class.
it created everything that we got from this point moving forward. So
Okay.
like to me, that's like the almighty right there. I can't even, what I'm saying? That's above Naruto, but Naruto's
Ooh.
still the favorite. You know what I'm
Ooh.
saying? But besides Naruto, I'm gonna go with classic list. I'm gonna go with Roni Kenshin, and I'm gonna go with Yu Yu Hakusho. Not in that
Okay,
order. Just probably Kenshin first. Probably Hakusho first, and then Kenshin. With all of
bro.
the I just found out. I don't know if you know, man, but a lot of the stuff I just found out about the author of Roni Kenshin in a bad way. We could leave that for another
Oh, we
stream.
can leave that for a different stream. Dang, I didn't hear about that.
But I will say the anime slash manga is one of my personal favorites. As
Okay.
far as the new gen stuff, we talked about this, bro. Black Clover has got my heart
Black
near
Clover
and
is
dear.
fire.
I love Black Clover,
Black Clover
man.
is fire.
To
Once you
me,
get
that's like.
past, go ahead.
Now, what was you going to say?
I said once you get past like Asta like being super like obnoxious and loud in the beginning, once you get past that, bro, that shit. I want to be the damn Wizard King. I want to. I believe in that. I believe in that mission, man.
Listen, man, I'm with you. Like I feel like Asta, you got to get past that yelling and that annoying
Yeah.
obnoxiousness. But once you get past it, it's like that motivation and like that discipline that I feel like he instills in a lot of the new kids that's watching these new animes. Like
Right.
I feel I understand why a lot of people resonate with Asta. To me, it's like Black Clover, is like the new age Naruto. It reminds me so much of that,
Yeah.
like with that
Yeah.
essence of.
Yeah.
After
Hold
Black
on.
Clover,
Hold on. How far are you in Black Clover?
I'm all caught up. Manga and
You
anime, I'm done. Manga, I'm all caught up as the chapter that just came out. The
okay?
newest
So you
chapter.
further than me then knowing stuff because I don't read the anime yet or I don't read the manga yet.
Got you.
So I'm caught up in the anime, which is like it's like 180 episodes, I believe. They stopped at like 180 or something like that.
Yeah.
So I thought it was interesting, like that they started to dive into like and also like how they like where they actually come from. 'Cause that was it's something that they kind of like didn't touch on for like the like majority of like the first 100 some episodes. And then they started being like, okay, this is actually who is, and like when they were dropped off as kids, like this is who actually is, and like where he comes from. I thought that was like a cool little that like like that hyped me up again to like just I was focused, dude. I was locked into that shit. So
Yo, I feel you, man. Like, and no spoilers for the people that don't read, but it only just gets crazier from there.
from there,
Like,
got to
it only just it goes up from there.
absolutely.
My other favorite too, man. I want to say I'm gonna go with Fire Force as my second option. I read that whole manga like front to back.
Talk about
I'm
it.
waiting for season 3.
Talk about it.
It's heavy in my heart, man. That boy Shinra.
Yeah.
What that guy did? No, again, no spoilers for anybody.
All right.
Excuse me, that does not read. But what that character has done in the manga is light years ahead of what other characters are doing in other franchises. I'm just leave it at that. It's Fire Force, and then when you go to the anime, man, the score and the sound effects,
bruh,
like the CG, like cinematography, like the animation, I should say, is so amazing, man. Like,
man, once I started watching that show, I kept telling my brother, bro, you need to watch this because you would love it. You need to watch this ish right here, man.
yeah,
Because that animation is crazy. Just like the sound effects they do with it, I'm like, ooh, that shit hard. That is hard. So yeah, Fire Force is definitely one of my favorites for sure.
And the thing about Fire Force that I love the most, that you find out like it's from the same creator of Soul Eater.
Right.
And,
Right.
right. And to me, this is creative writing at its best. Like, this is genius creative
Mm-hmm.
writing. What is it? I think 17 years later, he creates Fire Force, which is just so happens to be the prequel to Soul Eater.
Right.
It takes place 1,000 years before Soul Eater, and to see the way the manga ends and ties the two together, like, as a fan, as a writer myself, and just overall lover of manga, like, is to me, I'm like, man, I gotta give it to. I think his last name is Obu, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Yeah, bro.
I don't want to butcher his name. Forgive me, but
yeah,
the creator of Fire Force, Soul Eater, creative writing at its best, man.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that to me a while ago, and I did a little research on it, and like that blew my mind, bro. That blew my mind. I was like, what? I didn't even think those two were in the same like universe and whatever, but yeah, he connected them, man. That blew my mind. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You got me with this last one. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm over here struggling thinking about my third favorite new gen, but I'm gonna go with Demon Slayer.
Just go ahead and put it Demon Slayer. Nobody's gonna blame you for putting Demon Slayer in there.
It's got to, bro.
It's fire.
I want to say My Hero, but it's Demon Slayer. It's Demon Slayer.
You know what's crazy? For My Hero, so people that are like new into anime and say they have like a significant other, I always say I choose My Hero for them. I recommend My Hero for them because I feel like it's a good couples anime. I don't know why, but like I feel like couples would love characters in that show. That's just
I never thought about that. That's really I'm gonna start using that. My go-to when I tell people to usually watch when like they're just getting into anime.
Yeah.
It's Death Note.
Yeah.
It's so quick, but
quick.
And it's not too much action. It's more of a story, which will catch people
right.
Not really into too much action.
A psychological thriller.
Yes, sir. It'll really get. I always like to explain it as like Law and Order, but with anime.
It's a quick story, and bro, I was on the edge of my seat every single episode though. I was like, dang, what is happening next? I need to know.
Yeah, man. When I first started that, I was up till like 3 a.m. every night. Like, yo, like I gotta watch. I gotta know what happens next.
Facts. Yes, sir. Hey, man, that is all I got for the intro to Jam, for real. But you do a lot here at the Alternate Timeline. You kind of the person behind the scenes, especially on the IG, and writing your articles and stuff, which we're still updating things on the website. We got a lot of things to update. And is there anything else that you want the people to know about you, man? You got a lot of things coming, a lot of things to look forward to. So let the people know, man.
Yeah, man. Another good thing I would say that I like to do in my free time, this kind of ventures off into this, is I graphic design and I draw. So, doing some content creating in that aspect a little bit. And I will say this is gonna be a fresh, I would say a fresh take, but we will be at the Alternate Timeline. I will be at Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con this year.
Mm-hmm.
So be on the lookout for a lot of content from that, as far as videos, photos of everything, all of the stuff at Comic-Con, cosplayers, Artist Alley, some of the celebs that are there. We're gonna be there going crazy. I'm gonna be on my journalism for sure. That event. So
talk to him.
Be sure to stay tuned. And that's really all I got as far as for me. Besides, like I said, what I do for the Alternate Timeline and personally graphic design and draw. I'm just really big into this culture, and I love to talk about it. So, like I said earlier, tag me, hit me up in the DMs, whatever. I love to talk about this stuff, and we here want to share more and escape to this reality, this timeline together. You know what I mean? So let's come to do it.
That's right. Yeah, that's awesome. So, as you guys heard him, we will have a presence at New York Comic-Con coming. Was that October, right?
Yes, sir. October. I'll be there October 4th. And I want to say the 6th. I'll be there the Thursday and the Saturday. So
right.
New York Comic-Con is the 4th to the 7th, but I'm going to be there the 4th and the 6th.
Gotcha. So definitely give us a follow and be on the lookout, because we'll have some live updates. Follow us on the IGs, the alt time. The alt time will be doing some live updating right there, and also follow his personal account, which I'll have also in the description below. Plug it in one more time, man. Let him know.
Yes, sir. My personal accounts on all socials is at Ju Heard of Me.
Mm-hmm.
That's at JU and Heard of Me spelled out like how it sounds.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Excited for that, man. I'm excited. We got a lot of things on the way. A lot of things we're building towards. So yeah, man. So what I like having Jam on this is, you know, we have two different perspectives. I always say this because I was kind of hinting at having you on before a while back, and you know, like we have two different perspectives. My fandom is kind of like in this, it's kind of new, and I would say yours is kind of old school, like with the comics. Like I was saying, your comics, you hold that near and dear to your heart. So your perspective is very different from mine, which I appreciate, and I think that it's going to give the viewers, you know, a lot to look forward to with having you on. Um, so you know, like in particular with Marvel, you know, I'm watching the MCU, and I'm reading more comics now. I'm reading more comics, but you know, at the same time, you know, I don't think too much of the differences. Whereas like you will point out the differences real quick, like, okay, this is not how this happened in the comics. That ain't right. This ain't right. So like you know, it's you just have a different. It tugs on your heartstrings a little differently. So I love that you're really close to the source material, which is awesome. A lot of people are, which is awesome, man. So I like having those two different perspectives on this channel, which is awesome.
Same,
So
man. Same. Don't
yeah.
have him out here having me out here sound like a comic purist though, y'all. Like
Hey man, yeah, hey, people appreciate it though. People appreciate it.
nah, for sure,
So
for sure.